All right, I wanted to make a quick video. I've gotten a lot of messages on my Instagram, on my Snapchat, on my typical trucker page here, and a lot of questions I've been asked constantly from drivers. A lot of them are young drivers too, and they've been asking me when it comes to mental health. Now, for instance, I had a young bloke, probably about 25-ish, message me a couple of weeks ago. And he goes, Aaron, I wanted to ask you a bit of advice. He goes, how do you deal with stress and your mental health and depression out on the road? And it's a very touchy subject because, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I've struggled, at times. Even over the last, month or so, I've struggled a little bit just because, the cost of living, being out on the road, and you've got to remember something, when you're an interstate truck driver and you're out on the road, it's not like you can go out, do your run, whatever you're doing, and then finish at the end of the day and go home and enjoy your life. You can't, because you're out on the road. The road's your life. Now, I've got a family at home, I've got kids, and look, my missus is very good, and she understands. I'm out here, not because necessarily that I want to be out here, but because I need to be out here to support our family. The children ask me all the time, why can't you get a job and be home every night? And they don't quite understand, that I'm out here because it has to be done, and it's the best way to basically get somewhere in life. Now, one thing that I used to be, first of all, you can tell by the greys, man. Ever since driving trucks, my greys have come out hectically, and I'm 37 in a couple of weeks, so I haven't even really passed my half-life expectancy. I remember back in the day, decades ago, you'd get grey, start getting greys once you hit 50. Now, we're starting to get greys, a lot earlier. And, I've tried all the usual stuff like, beard tinting and all that type of stuff and try and hide the greys. But you know what? I'm going to embrace it because it's just life. It's what we do. It's what our body does. It's what happens. Now, I love being out on the road. I love it. It's amazing. And you see a lot of stuff. I've made a lot of friends. I've met a lot of people. But it does sometimes catch up to you. And it does sometimes, get to the point where you're like, there's got to be more to life. There's got to be. But, one thing that I have backed off over the last couple of years is fitness. Now, one thing I used to do a lot out on the road, which I'm going to start doing again, anytime fitness, going to the gym. A lot of places have places where you can park up out the front. You can find somewhere to park. You park, you go into the gym. You have a bit of a workout. I pay, I think, $13 a week, and you can go to any gym in Australia. I don't think you'd be trucking over the ocean, but you can go to any gym around the world. Now, I can go to any gym around Australia. I park up, I'll have a workout, and I'll use their shower. And that's another thing, a bit of a hack for you drivers out there. You want to pay $13 a week, you can go to any gym you want, any time fitness gym, and you can use their shower. Doesn't matter what time, 24 hours. And I'll tell you one thing, the gyms that I go to, the showers and the stuff like that, they're a hell of a lot better than what's out there at truck stops. I can tell you that much. Cleaner, they're beautiful. You don't have to wait for them. You go in, you have a shower, you can get out. But I've got to start getting into it. And the one thing I have learned is fitness. Getting fit, getting your heart pumping, getting your blood flowing. It actually helps with your mental health. What you eat, what you drink. Water. Water is pure. Your body is made up of I don't know if it's like 90% water or whatever, but you need water. You need water out there to get in your body, and it changes your state of mind. It makes you feel better. So you got to start doing that. Even just getting out of the truck and going for a brisk walk somewhere, for 15 minutes to 30 minutes, and then getting back in the truck and get going. Getting your heart pumping, getting blood flowing. It makes you feel better. So I've got to start getting back into that. To try and make myself feel better, to make myself feel healthier. So, but mental health out there as a truck driver, the best way to tackle mental health is to find truckies, to become friends, to become brothers, talk. I get on conference calls on my phone with like 10 drivers. you know, well, maybe not 10, but, you know, 5 drivers. Sometimes I'll have conference calls with drivers from my company. Sometimes, you know, I'll get on a call with, Braden from Vanstains up in Queensland. Or, you know, you got bloody, Jacob, which, he drives, I can't remember who he drives for, but he owns the One More Throw podcast. Get on Spotify. Have a look at One More Throw podcast. He's a top bloke. And, you know, I haven't spoken to him much lately, and reason being is because I just haven't mentally been able to sit on the phone and talk, and, you know, got stuff going on at home that I'm trying to figure out, and just trying to find my way. But, you know, getting in contact with other drivers and chatting and kind of making this life out here part of your life, not just a job. Make it your life, make it worth living, make friends, and, you know, you can meet up at truck stops, have little barbecues, especially coming into summer, you know, a lot more opportunity to pull up and enjoy the weather and all that type of stuff. But, you know, mental health out there on the road, it gets hard. And I'm just lucky that I'm strong enough to kind of go, listen, you know what, feeling a bit depressed today, feeling a bit crappy. But wait a minute, well, why? Because it's a chemical imbalance in my brain that's making me feel this way. Other than that, life's great. It's just something's in my brain just making me feel that way. And sometimes we get burnt out, we get drained, and we feel crappy. But, you know, don't be afraid to reach out, guys. If you're struggling out there on the road, reach out. You know, I'll give you, and then I'll give you my number. Give me a call. We'll have a chat and just talk about crap. You know, but one thing you got to look after, guys, is your mental health. And if you are struggling, reach out to someone. If not me, reach out to someone. You know, there's people that you can talk to. Join a lot of groups on Facebook, have chats, meet people. You know, and if anyone out there is doing like social media stuff, and, you know, you get kind of discouraged and that with haters and trolls and stuff, trust me, I get them all the time. There's this one lady in Adelaide that I used to cop a lot of crap off. Karen, her name is. Go figure her name. And she's very vile, just foul-mouthed woman. And I don't know why she's like that. But, you know, you get all these haters out there. But I'm trying to make something of myself, but I don't know where to start. I don't know how to do it. And, you know, I'm trying my best. But, you know, moral of the story, just, guys, reach out. Look after your mental health. You know, make friends out there on the road. And you know, we're all out here doing the same type of job. You know, so let's all get along, and let's all be mates. Let's all help each other out. And remember, you see me out on the road. I'm at Kempsey at the moment, heading back to Sydney. I'll probably ring my allocator, my planner, and just say to them, you know, I'll work into Saturday. Christmas is coming up, one of the most stressful times of the year. People are worrying about money and time off, and you know, all that type of stuff. So December can be a very stressful time. So I'll probably work into Saturday. Maybe I'll try and get another Brisbane load. But yeah, like I said, reach out. If you're struggling, especially over Christmas, reach out, make friends, you know, and you know, just remember that life can always be better. You've just got to find your path, find your way. And so, yeah, so anyway, while you're out there on the road in the month of December, be happy, be safe, and like I said, reach out if you want someone to talk to. I'm here. Some people think I'm a dickhead, or some people think that, oh, yeah, he used to be funny, now he's not that funny. And you know what? Things have changed for me. I've been seeing a lot more social media, you know, stuff with depression and people struggling out on the road, you know, people dying out on the road, and so I just want to be able to help more as much as I can. I don't know how. I don't know if I really do help, but, you know, I'm a authentic, genuine bloke, just doing my job, living my life, looking after my family. So yeah, so reach out if you need someone to talk to, guys. Remember, I'm always here. No matter who needs a chat, send me a message, and I'll give you my number. You can give me a call, and hey, we can build a friendship. We can always talk to each other. All right, guys, stay safe out there. You see me out on the road, look for the pineapples. Don't be afraid to yell out, give me a wave. You see me out at a truck shop, come up and say g'day. Because you know what, you can never have too many friends out here. It's a whole different world out here on the road. And a lot of people don't understand it unless you're a truck driver. So reach out, let's be buds.